Let's now move on to DB Toys, one of my other favorite studios right here. So the DB Toys FRIEZA is now available, okay? Haro Toy Store, I messaged them on Instagram and they told me it is in stock. Even though the listing said pre-order, the color thing said in stock. So it's available right now. Highly recommend this, and apparently the new version is supposed to be better than the original. Alright guys, welcome back to the Dragon Ball figure recap. We have, I think, quite a bit to talk about this week. So we have, an update about Treasure Toys and a new website for Dragon Ball figures. If you follow my post, then you already know about this. As far as Black Shark, we've got some updates regarding the Goku head sculpts, which honestly might end up being the best base form Goku head sculpts of all time. And it's really great value as well. Like, the price is actually pretty good. So I appreciate that. We're going to talk about that more later. We've got something pretty cool being made for the Buu Saga. And we have updates on the WP Birder and some really strange news concerning the WP model Raccoon. Like, very strange stuff. I'm not sure what's going on. And even some random minifigures that I found. And these are not the SHF minifigures. They're something different, okay? So, we can talk about that too. So first, let's talk about these announcements, okay? As far as Treasure Toys and AliExpress, as you already know, if you've been following these recaps and my posts and stuff, Treasure Toys has now moved to a new store called Haro Toy Store, okay? The Treasure Toy store, like that specific store on AliExpress, is now like on vacation. If you go to the page, it'll say the store's on vacation or whatever, that kind of stuff. All right, just like how Kang moved from their previous store to their new store. And so I wanted to mention this to you guys. If you placed any orders or pre-orders through Treasure Toys and AliExpress, please keep an eye on the delivery date, because I think when Kang transitioned to their new store, people had their orders, like, I'd assume automatically canceled and stuff because the delivery date expired. You know how like on AliExpress they would put releasing October 25th as just like a placeholder because they're not sure of the actual release date yet. If that date passes and the figure hasn't been released yet, I think your orders are automatically canceled. So keep an eye on that. And I believe that you can extend the delivery date or something. So check and make sure that any orders you place with Treasure Toys are not gonna expire tomorrow or something like that, and you don't get, say, automatically refunded or have to buy it again, perhaps, I don't know, for a higher price somewhere else or whatever, I don't know. So just keep an eye on that, okay? Now, the next thing I want to talk about is GYZ Toys. So Treasure Toys is now also working through / with GYZ Toys or GYZToys.com. I contacted GYZ Toys and asked them about tariffs for US customers, and they said we won't have to pay any custom duties or anything like that, okay? Their website also says that import charges are already included in the item price. I'm going to show you that right now, actually. Alright, so here's the Black Shark Goku head sculpt set. We're going to talk about this more later, but I just want to show you this right here where it says price and tax information. It says for United States, excluding state sales tax, EU, United Kingdom, Canada, Mexico, Australia, taxes are already included in the displayed prices. You may place orders with confidence, okay? And as I said, I emailed them and asked about tariffs. They said we won't have to pay tariffs or whatever, that kind of stuff. So it's already included in the price. So I joined the affiliate program for GYZ Toys, and we'll be sharing affiliate links to the Dragon Ball products that Treasure Toys has posted about, okay? Right now, that is the SH Figuarts reissues, I guess I would say 4.0 actually, the 4.0 Teen Gohan, Superhero Gohan, and Broly Super, the Vital Forge Realm Sword Magistrate or Supreme Kai Gohan figure, Blood Fang Sirius or Omega Shenron, the Black Shark Goku head sculpt set, more on that later, and SHF Z Fighter Gohan, okay? So links will be in the description and on dbfigs.com. I've already updated dbfigs.com. I worked on it for several hours. I think it was yesterday. I actually also redesigned a lot of the website to make it, I think, just a better overall experience. because I noticed that sometimes like the section header links would like bug out and stuff. Like you'd click new releases SH Figuarts and it'll take you to something else and just like bug out. So I made basically a lot of stuff their own pages. So Dragon Ball Z has its own page instead of being like one section on like a super long page. The new pre-orders for SH Figuarts has its own page. New pre-orders for third party or custom stuff has its own page, that kind of stuff. So I just like separated stuff into their own pages to make the experience just a lot less buggy and stuff like that, okay? So I've also added my referral link to my YouTube bio, and it will be in the video description for GYZ Toys. And please note that GYZ Toys website says they only ship to the US, okay? So if you're in Canada or the UK, I don't think you can use them. There's like a pop-up message that shows up sometimes or whatever, and it links to an AliExpress store, basically saying like if you have a non-US address, use the AliExpress store. But I'm not familiar with that store, so I won't be linking to that store, okay? You can try that store out or look at it if you want to, but I'm not familiar with that store at all personally. Now let's move on to these minifigures here. So I found these on Target. They're called Bandai Dragon Ball Super Power 66 minifigure. I had to Google whether these were bootlegs. I've never seen these before. So they have Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, Trunks, Future Trunks right there, like Dragon Ball Super version. They have this blue Goku, and they have this blue Vegeta, okay? So very interesting. They don't look, I mean, they look bad, of course, like if you talk about just artistically overall in general. They are kind of cheap, but they should probably be cheaper because these things are like, I think they're like 2.5 inches tall. Let me see, it should say down here. Yeah, approximately 2.5 inches tall. So these things are really small. I think they should be cheaper, like 10 bucks or something, dude. But I guess it says here sold and shipped by Toy NK. So I guess like Toy NK might have like, you know, bought these from Japan or something, and they're like reselling them at like a higher price to like make some profit. Of course, there's nothing wrong with reselling intrinsically. Like I understand people have to make money reselling stuff if they're going to resell it. It's just a matter of like not being too egregious with how much you charge people, okay? And of course, there's like subjectivity involved there. What I think is a complete scam, you might think is reasonable and that kind of stuff, but I can only tell you my opinion, okay? I can't tell you someone else's opinion. This is what I think about the situation. So, for $14.99, if they're being resold, then I guess it's not that bad, okay? But if this was like the original retail price from Bandai, like 15 bucks just for a 2.5 inch tall thing, I just think that's a bit much, dude, because it's not far from $20, and Dragon Stars are not far from $20, and they're much larger than this and stuff, you know? But anyway, so if any of you are interested in this, I'll tag these as well. It's unfortunate that the box art here looks way better than the actual product. So like, look at this, right? This looks way better than the actual figure. Like, the actual figure looks like a bootleg, basically. But the box art doesn't look like as horrible, you know? So I really wish Bandai would stop doing that. Stop making the box art and stuff look better than what you're actually selling. If you're selling this right here, put that on the box, okay? Don't make it look like this, and then you're selling me this. Same thing with like Premium Scam Die, Kind-Hearted Saiyan Goku, like the Shallot, of course. The prototype looked better than the actual product. I think the Kind-Hearted Saiyan Goku promotional prototype looked better than what was actually, you know, ended up being sold or delivered to your house and stuff. So I wish Bandai would stop that. Just sell what you're showing, okay? But yeah, honestly, because these figures are so small, I kind of wish they would make like small characters like this. So like a Chaozu that's this size, or a Goten, a Kid Trunks, that kind of stuff. Like, make cheap versions of those characters with these like little minifigures, dude. I would, if they made a Chaozu like this, I would probably buy it because I'd like to use it for Dragon Ball Thunder. Right now, I'm just like photoshopping that Chaozu because the actual real Chaozu is just like way too expensive. I'm not buying that nonsense. Let's now move on to SH Figuarts listings and stuff like that. Alright, so first we've got DAIMA Goku here, $31.99 from Amazon, $38 from Barnes & Noble. We've got the Mini Vegeta. I have a coupon offer for $21.67, which I think is a solid price for this right here. DAIMA Adult Vegeta, $38 in stock from Barnes & Noble. Mini Piccolo, I have a coupon offer for $29.74. Also, I think is a solid price for this. Then adult DAIMA Piccolo, $65 from Amazon. Sane Raised on Earth Goku, $32.85 from Amazon. Barnes & Noble for $38. Proud Namekian Piccolo's price on Amazon right now, $77.79. Being released, I think this is being released like very soon, actually, August 14th, like tomorrow. So I'm actually recording this on Thursday in preparation for tomorrow. It just gives me more time to like edit and stuff like that and not have to rush to get it out by a certain time on Friday. So by the time you see this video, this figure should be like actually available right now. GameStop does already have it though, right here, $79.99 or $75.99 for pros. FRIEZA and the Pod, $97.99 or $93.09 for pros, being released on October 24th, 2026. And I'm pretty sure the Amazon listing of this is unavailable. That's why I'm not showing it right now. Yeah, if you look through here, I only see third-party sellers. I don't see any listing being shipped and sold by Amazon, okay? So that's why I'm not showing that right now. Let's now go back to the other listing. Right, so GameStop has it $97.99, $93.09 for pros. The Universe's Bottomless Power being released on December 25th, 2026, $37.99 from Amazon. And GameStop also has it up for pre-order, $37.99, $36.09 for pros, being released on December 6th, 2026. Free shipping on pre-orders, $59+. Free shipping on orders, $79+ for GameStop, okay? And Barnes & Noble is free shipping on orders, $60 or more. They still have Legendary Super Saiyan Goku here, $68 in stock. And Boy from the Future Trunks, $76.11 in stock from Amazon right now. Krillin, the Earth's Strongest Man, $57.85, ships from sold by Amazon, and I believe this is also being released on the same day as Piccolo, so yeah, August 14th. By the time you see this video, this figure should be available right now from Amazon, okay? And GameStop already has it though. They already have it here, $64.99 or $61.74 for pros, and it says zip or pay in installments and stuff like that. GameStop does have that zip thing available as well for like certain listings, I guess. Z Fighters Gohan, $62.30, being released on February 19th, 2027, and it's actually on sale a bit, 11% off. Now with this listing here, I guess Amazon is feeling the brunt of the price of this thing, $70 for this little figure, and then get like a black silhouette base piece or whatever, so it makes sense that this is on sale already, okay? In fact, Glorio, I think Glorio took a while to go on sale, so this one happened a lot sooner than Glorio, but if you want to pre-order that, that's your choice. They are supposed to re-release this later without the base, but I don't know if the price will be a lot lower or not. It might still be overpriced even the second time around, okay? Now, GameStop also has it up for pre-order right now, $69.99 or $66.49 for pros. Release date January 18th, 2027, so quite a bit earlier than Amazon, like a month earlier basically. Right, because let me see, yeah, January 18th compared to February 19th, okay? And Haro Toy Store and AliExpress, Treasure Toys' new store, they also have it up for pre-order, $75.93 free shipping. As far as delivery date, it says November 2026, and GYZ Toys has the same date. So I'm guessing that is not just like a placeholder AliExpress thing. That's a legit like release date for China or whatever, I guess. Because right here on GYZ Toys, they have it as well, $73.99, and it says ETA November 2026. Okay, so both GYZ Toys and Haro Toy Store have the same release date set for this, and they're both like in China. Okay. As for the Latent Power Trunks, this is available from Amazon right now, $35 in stock. And they have another listing here, which is a pre-order, a reissue, being released on October 23rd, 2026, $34.38. Barnes & Noble also has it for $35 in stock right now. The Games Begin Goku is available from Amazon, $35.99 in stock right now. Barnes & Noble has it as well for $38 right there. And Dangerous Pride Vegeta, $35.99 from Amazon. I reviewed this a while ago. Barnes & Noble has it as well, $38 in stock. Target, $36.49. ships free, it says. Okay, so I guess that probably depends on your zip code or something, possibly, I'm not sure, but it says ships free right there from Target. GameStop, $37.99, $36.09 for pros, available right now. And Kind-Hearted Saiyan Goku, $35.99 in stock, shipped and sold by Amazon. Barnes & Noble has it for $38, being released on August 15th, 2026. So today's the 13th that I'm recording this. So that's Saturday, I think. So by Saturday, this should be available from Barnes & Noble, okay? Then we have GameStop. They have it already, though. They already have it. It's $37.99, $36.09 for pros. And the 4.0 Red Goku here, $35.99, being released on September 15th, 2026, shipped and sold by Amazon. GameStop has it for pre-order as well, being released on August 23rd, 2026, $37.99 or $36.09 for pros, and they have the whole zip or pay in installments thing right there as well. The 4.0 Blue Goku, $35.99, being released on October 14th, 2026 from Amazon. For GameStop, it's $37.99, $36.09 for pros, release date September 23rd, 2026. Haro Toy Store on AliExpress, they have the Red Goku already available. It says in stock, quick ship, $52.22, free shipping, and they have a $10 off thing going on, so you'd get what, $42.22 free shipping, which I think is a great price for this. I mean, the shipping's included or whatever. Really solid price if you get that $10 off right there. The Blue Goku, same, well, is it the same price? No, similar price. $52.71. Free shipping, $10 off going on as well. It says ship in July, but it just says buy now. It does not say pre-order. I mean, July's already passed, but it doesn't say pre-order. It just says buy now. So I assume they have this like right now, okay? This listing right here from Haro Toy Store has Games Begin Goku, the red one, the blue one, Kind-Hearted Saiyan, and they all say ship within 12 hours. I think this used to have Dangerous Pride Vegeta as well, but now he's gone. I guess he sold out or something. Free shipping right there, and they have the $10 off thing going on right there as well. The 2.0 Super Saiyan Vegeta, $35 by Barnes & Noble right here. Imperfect Cell, reissue, $80 from Barnes & Noble. Now, GYZ Toys has the new SHF pre-orders, okay? So we have the Son Gohan, the fighter who surpassed Goku. For short, I just usually call this like the 4.0 Team Gohan or something. I don't know what you would even call this. The name is like the fighter who surpassed Goku. I just call it what, the fighter Gohan or surpassed Goku Gohan. I don't know, but they have this up for pre-order. It's $61.46. And when I tried, like, basically tested checking out on GYZ, I didn't actually like make a purchase, but I was like trying to see what the checkout process was and stuff, and the shipping and stuff. Shipping was free for me, so I assume shipping is free to the US, like it's already included in the price or whatever. And this says ETA March 2027, okay? And then GameStop, we have the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, $61.99 or $58.89 for pros. The Super Buu reissue, $74.99 from Amazon, being released on January 22nd, 2027. GameStop has it as well, $74.99 or $71.24 for pros. Release date, November 23rd, 2026. And remember, free shipping on pre-orders, $59+, so free shipping on that. The Blue Vegeta 2.0 Unwavering Saiyan Pride, $38 available from Amazon right now. Barnes & Noble has it for $38. GameStop has the Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black reissue here, $39.99 or $37.99 for pros. Best Buy still has the 2.0 Red Goku right here, $31.99. It says clearance. Barnes & Noble has it as well for $38 in stock right now. They also have the 2.0 Super Saiyan Blue Goku based on like the Broly movie poster, okay? And for Broly himself, the pre-orders for the reissue are available at GYZ Toys, $73.90. It says ETA February 2027, okay? The the Superhero Piccolo reissue right here, $37.99, $36.09 for pros at GameStop. Release date September 19th, 2026. I might consider getting this myself to use the face sculpts for like Dragon Ball Thunder, because they might look, well, the neutral, is there a neutral one? I'm actually not sure. If there's a neutral one, I might get this to use that instead of Proud Namek and Piccolo. I'm not sure. I'm considering possibly getting this myself. GYZ Toys also has the pre-orders up for the reissue of the Ultimate Gohan Superhero, $43.20, fantastic price, okay? And ETA January 2027 for that. Amazon has GT Kid Goku here, $40.20 right now available. Barnes & Noble has it for $54. And finally, Best Buy has GT Kid Goku for $37.51. Or 4 payments starting at $9.38 with Zip. Let's now move on to the third-party stuff. Alright, so first we have Black Shark, which is honestly, I think Black Shark is now one of my favorite studios, alongside DB Toys and WoW Super Action Studio. I think those are my 3 favorite studios right now, okay? So with Black Shark here, we have these images of the Goku head sculpts. They're actually making 2 sets, and they are separate from the bodies that have been up for pre-order before. This is like a separate product, okay? So they're 2 separate things. And these look pretty cool, of course. I've talked about these before. I think this expression here, this kind of happy, goofy expression, looks better than the default one. But the default one is still pretty good. I think like there's something slightly missing from this. I'm not sure what exactly it is, but they might, you know, tweak it more before release. I don't know. Either way, I'm probably going to get this myself. Very strong chance, because it has, like, I mean, basically everything you could possibly need for base form Goku, you know? And they have, of course, neutral, teeth gritted, and yelling, which I believe are essential face sculpts for any face sculpt set. If you're making a face sculpt set for Dragon Ball figures, we need neutral, teeth gritted, and yelling, okay? If you're missing any of those, strong chance I won't get your set, because I hate missing any of these. I hate not having that, or that. I just feel like it's incomplete if you don't have those. Add those first, like have those at least, and then you could add other things, but you need these 3 for sure, okay? So looks cool. Apparently it's called Goodbye Monkey Parts Pack. On GYZ Toys website, I think they call it Goodbye Carrot. I have a link for that, of course, on dbfix.com and in the description. But Treasure Toys posted this, you know, BSM 06, Goodbye Goku accessory pack, solid hair, transparent hair, material PVC, all that stuff, okay? Now, what I really want to know is whether this is compatible with the, like, DF 3.0 Ultimate Gohan body style, Legendary Super Saiyan Goku, that kind of stuff. Because if it's not, if this is only, say, compatible with, like, Games Begin, the weird neck thing, then I wouldn't want it. But they do have this neck replacement joint thing, so I guess that might be the way that they're basically making this compatible with 3.0 bodies. Potentially, I guess that's what that is, but I'd like some definitive confirmation about what exactly this is compatible with, because the Black Shark body does look like Games Begin Goku style, but I saw someone in the comments telling Black Shark to, like, you know, please make this compatible with Games Begin. So I'm like, is it not compatible? Like, I don't get that. I'm not sure. So let's now move on to the next image here. Just a close-up of the transparent hair. You guys already know I don't see the point, personally, of transparent base form hair. I feel like base form should just be solid hair like this. Like, this is base form for me. If you want transparent hair, I think transparent hair works, you know, well, in a sense, for like Super Saiyan, if you want to have some light behind him, make the hair glow or something, that kind of thing. But I don't really see the point of transparent hair. If you want transparent hair, that's your choice, of course, but I prefer solid hair, even for Super Saiyan anyways. But I just think Super Saiyan for base form, solid hair just makes more sense to me, okay? But you have regular hair, then you have windswept hair, and then there's this thing. I'm not sure what this is. It might be an extra bang or piece of hair to put somewhere, but I'm not sure where, honestly. And I guess it has a halo as well. Okay, so you're getting, dude, you're getting, this is stacked, okay? This is stacked. Look right here. This is stacked. You have 12 face sculpts, dude. 12 face sculpts, okay? 2 different kinds of hair, okay? A neck replacement joint, and you have this piece here. You got the halo as well. And the price is like, I think like $46, around that kind of price range on GYZ Toys. I love this. I appreciate Black Shark for doing this. This is the kind of value that I'd like to see from like all third-party head sculpts. I'm tired of the whole 3 face sculpt for $40 nonsense, okay? I'm tired of that garbage, and I'm tired of the recasts. The recast that cost the same price as the original product, like the No New Customs GM clones, right? They cost the same price as GM, basically. So why are you cloning something and charging the same price as the actual product? Since when? Since when do people clone things, make bootlegs of things, and charge the same price as the actual original product? Like, this makes no sense to me. And I feel like I don't see enough people talking about that. It's just ridiculous. Why would a bootleg of something, literally a clone of something, cost the same price as the actual real product? It's just ridiculous. But anyways, let's move on now. So Black Shark posted this. It says, notice the head sculpt accessory packs 06A and 06B from BSM Studio are sold separately. They are not included with the damaged body kits. Pre-orders for the head sculpt accessory packs are now officially open, okay? And as I said, very strong chance I'll be getting this myself. Let's now move on to Blood Fang. Okay, this is they're calling it Sirius is the name for it, the code name. This is Omega Shenron, right? And newest updates about accessories, basically talking about the Dragon Ball's hair they like insert into the chest and stuff. It says the process changes are now starting and product release will have a bit of small delay to ensure high quality control and accessories to fit properly, sculpt design with correct stars and color matching variant. It will also have negative bomb red color, which will be discussed soon, okay? So, unfortunately, I mean, this is Kang with a new name, right? I assume like that has to, because I think even before they revealed the new name Blood Fang, I think this was like revealed as being made by like Kang, then the name changed to Blood Fang, so I assume this is just Kang with a new name, okay? That's the assumption I'm operating on here. So, like, I like the fact that they're mentioning to ensure high quality control. That is good. We know that Kang has a very bad reputation regarding quality control, which is, it's so weird to me how that doesn't seem to affect people like freaking out about their stuff. I don't know. But like, if Kang actually could have good quality control, I don't hear about, you know, tons of just hand pegs breaking all the time, figures snapping and stuff like that, just like all this frequent issues, I might consider possibly buying something from Kang in the future. Possibly, okay? But I have to see some substantial difference in the reports I see online about their quality control just being horrible, you know? So we'll have to see if they actually improve. But I think, unfortunately, with this figure here, the Omega Shenron, you're going to see later some new images of the face sculpt and stuff. I think it has fallen off compared to the renders. Unfortunately, man, it's just like, it's kind of sad to see when the physical product just doesn't live up to the renders. I'm like, man, like you were so close, you know, like if you can just capture that render in physical form, man. But let's continue here. So another image here just showing like the Dragon Balls they, you know, insert into the chest there and stuff. Very cool, you know. I mean, I don't get why this is a thing though. Why did they make them removable? Because why would you ever want to display him without the Dragon Balls there? I mean, if what they did was make these like basically hollow, you know, spherical cavities, and these were actually full Dragon Balls, not with like a peg or anything, like full round spheres, and so you could actually have miniature Black Star blue Dragon Balls, that would be cool. That would be really cool, and I could understand then why they would do this. But because these have pegs on the back, so they're not just regular Dragon Balls. You can't just have it in Goku's hand like if it's a real Dragon Ball, you know? So I don't know why they made these removable, okay? I think I saw someone talking about this being a cool feature or something, that kind of thing, but to me it's like pretty much pointless, because when would you ever want to not have the Dragon Balls there? So what is the point of this? Why not just glue them in or have them, you know, as part of the figures mold or whatever? Like, I don't get why they're like, why are they doing this? Like, why would this be cool to anyone if you can't have it? Like, it's not like it's a full Dragon Ball, dude, so you can't use it as a Dragon Ball, okay? Anyways, so here we have another look here, hosted by Treasure Toys, Blood Fang Studio image update, okay? So, yeah, I mean, man, the body seems to have a decent amount of shading here. Very subtle, but not too subtle, I guess. Like, you can tell there's some shading going on, right? This might be the... Is this the Majin body, though? I'm not sure. Actually, the shading looks kind of brown. I think the shading on the Majin one is kind of blue. I think so. I'm not sure. But the face sculpt here... yeah, I think it's fallen off a bit, man. Yeah, like, you know, the renders look so awesome, dude. I was like, wow, like, even though I don't buy Kong stuff, I was like, oh, these look cool, you know. But I think the face sculpts have fallen off, man. Very sad to see, unfortunately, you know. Then you have this effect piece here. I think it's called, what, Negative Bomb or something. So you have this thing here, right? That looks fine. I don't really personally care about effect pieces that much, you know. Like, I usually... Like, if I'm going to do, like, animation or something, I'll just use, like, special effects or green screen effects or something. I wouldn't really use, like, a plastic effect. So this is, you know, better for, like, if you want to have it displayed on your shelf or something, I guess, right? Or, like, figure photography, I guess, where you don't use, like, graphic design or special effects, kind of, you know, that kind of stuff. So here we have another look at the Dragon Balls right here. And this looks cool. I mean, I like how this looks. I just don't see the point of having them removable. If they were full Dragon Balls, they'd make more sense. That'd be a cool feature. But, you know, and interestingly, actually, I think you can see the shape of the peg in the back there. You see the kind of, like, you know, I guess pyramid-like shape. You can see that. So that is not good, I don't think. I wouldn't consider that good, personally. I like the, you know, not the texture, but like the transparency of the Dragon Balls and stuff. But yeah. This image here as well. So he says, Korean News right here, Blood Fang articulation updates, accessories, beam and paint showcase. The Dragon Balls or Dark for the second variant accessories will be placed fully with option to place out and switch between accessories for Dark and Blue, referencing the anime counterparts. So I guess what it is like there are different color Dragon Balls you can put there. I guess, but they're already making different versions of this, so wouldn't, like, the Majin one have its own Dragon Balls, and then the black one has its own Dragon Balls? So why would you need to interchange the Dragon Balls? Like, Omega Shenron and GT always only had these blue Dragon Balls, I think. So I don't know why you would change these. But it says the completion of the product is almost there. There will be product showcase with all variants showcase. Okay. And here's another image by Treasure Toys, just, you know, showing this thing. It says, the studio will update the product videos this week or early next week. They will make another round of revisions based on feedback, then stay tuned. And there's a video showing some posing. I probably will show that, actually include that here so you can, well, it's like, it's the figures pose in a certain way and they kind of like rotate it and stuff. I'll show you guys that next, like after we get through these images here, if I remember, hopefully. And then this is another look at the face sculpt here, and like, yeah, man, I think this looks like the sculpt. I guess the sculpt is good, but something looks kind of plain and cheap about it. You know what I mean? Like, it just looks plain and cheap, unfortunately. You know, very unfortunate to see that. Yeah, I think that fell off, man. Like, the quality, like even the plastic quality, it just looks like low quality plastic. Hopefully that's because it's a prototype. Hopefully the actual finished product has better quality plastic, but this plastic looks really cheap right here, unfortunately. It looks like a you know, a bootleg figure, basically, I would say. Like a true bootleg, what you call a true bootleg plastic quality is what I'm getting from this, unfortunately, okay? And then this is another look at it from Treasure Toys as well right here. His eyes look kind of like odd. They just look kind of weird, like they're kind of wide apart or something. He just looks kind of like, not cross-eyed, but you know when, I guess when a character in a cartoon or something is like really stupid and their eyes just look kind of like lifeless and dumb. Like, I'm just being honest. Like, I'm not trying to say like this is dumb, but it reminds me of like when characters are like dumb in a cartoon show and their eyes just look really stupid. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what I'm getting from this. He just looks like a really off, goofy, kind of not really cool looking Omega Shenron, like just a goofy, kind of like stupid looking Omega Shenron. And I'm not trying to be like mean to Kang here. I'm just trying to be honest. I'm trying to honestly describe what I'm seeing here. Like, it just looks like a dumb version of Omega Shenron. You know what I mean? So I just yeah. Let's move on now. So here we have a look at some red Dragon Balls. Okay, so I guess I don't know why you would want to do this though. Is this for a special move or something? Like, but the negative, okay, so it might be for the negative attack or something. I'm not sure, okay? But this is another Courier News post right here. Says articulation updates, accessories, beam, and paint showcase. The Dragon Balls or Dark for the second variant accessories will be placed fully with option to place out and switch between accessories for Dark and Blue, referencing the anime and counterpart. The completion of the product is almost there. Isn't that the same thing from before? I guess they said the same thing again, possibly. And then you have this look as well. Got some red. So do these ones not have Dragon Balls? I guess they're for the attack or something. That might be what it is. But didn't his attack also have like beams of light shooting out towards the energy ball or whatever? So are they gonna, you know, incorporate that in any way? I don't know. Here's another look at that kind of like just goofy looking expression there. I'm not really liking how that looks, okay? This as well. Right, cool. And then we got this and this. Now this is just, wow. Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed, man. Like this just looks goofy. The renders look so much cooler, dude. Like, I mean, this just, yeah, something looks really off about this. Like, it looks really off. I'm like, man, I think this Omega Shenron fell off, man. Fell out. Oh, and let me show you the video now with the posing thing. All right, so here's the video. It's just like in this pose and they rotate it and stuff. I think this looks pretty cool. Like, the sculpt looks cool here on the body. It seems to have some degree of shading going on. It has like a matte finish and stuff, it looks like. But as we saw those face sculpts close up, man, they just look, I think they fell off, man. I think the face sculpts really fell off. And I feel like face sculpts are so important for Dragon Ball figures, dude. Like, you gotta really try to capture the anime, and like this stuff just like, dude, nah, man. This might be, this might be a KW Cell. Not, well, no, it's very tough to be as bad as KW Cell. I would say this is like probably on the way to KW Cell level, because that just looks really cheap, man, and like just does not look great right there to me, man. Something looks off to me. Something looks off, okay? And now we have something really cool here. This is Dabura being made by Bloodfang as well. Looking pretty cool. I wonder how the articulation will work with like this like shoulder part and stuff like that. But yeah, they're working on Dabura, man. So that is pretty cool. Glad to finally see a Dabura after what, 30 plus years, right, of that character being seen in the anime or something, or 40 years, whatever. Probably 30, probably about 30 years. Like, I know there's I think Irwin Toy or Jax Dabura, which looks, I guess, decent-ish, but nowhere near good enough to be really like, you know, on a shelf with like SH Figuarts or third-party figures and stuff like that. But yeah, very cool to see them making this character. It's not another Goku, Vegeta, you know, Broly, that kind of stuff. So I'm quite interested to see how they execute this, and, you know, will they have better quality control? Will the face sculpt not look, you know, weird and goofy and cheap looking and stuff? We'll have to see, man. I really would hope they kind of work on this. This is just, Nah, man, it's sad, dude. It's sad because I want to see people making awesome stuff, but this is just something is off to me. I'm not really liking how that looks. Okay, let's now move on to DB Toys, one of my other favorite studios right here. So the DB Toys FRIEZA is now available. Okay, Haro Toy Store, I messaged them on Instagram and they told me it is in stock. Even though the listing said pre-order, the color thing, I think the color thing said in stock. So it's available right now. Highly recommend this. And apparently the new version is supposed to be better than the original. It says here, this is by GYZ Toys and Courier News. It says right here, DB Toys, 12-hour shipping, second batch arrived, fully in stock, sufficient inventory ready to ship. POK material joints, selected joints upgraded to POK for smoother articulation, better wear resistance, and improved tactile feel during posing. Upgraded paint finish, refined paint application with enhanced detail layering. Purchase link and all that stuff. GYZ Toys. Okay, so yeah, I'm glad to see DB Toys, you know, reissuing this and stuff. Is there like, I was wondering if I saw some painted scratches. I don't think those are painted. No, just the shadows, I think. But it looks very, very good. These images look really good. Really, really cool. I mean, I'm personally disappointed that they're kind of cut off, because if they weren't, I could use them for like a thumbnail or something. But because they're cut off like that, I can't really use these. Even this one right here, his arms are like cut off, so I can't like put that as like a thumbnail image or anything. But this looks cool, you know, very glad to see it. You got this right here as well. Okay, and then we've got this. I mean, I guess I could theoretically use this for a thumbnail and possibly this, but his arm would have to go to the top of the thumbnail. I don't know, I'll think about it. I might consider using some of these or something like that, but it's going to be kind of tough because they're like, you know, cropped and stuff like that. I don't know. I wish they were all fully visible, but Instagram does this nonsense where the full image, you can't see it all the time. But they might be fully viewable on desktop. I might have to try that and see. Next we have DF. So DF posted here saying that their Zycore will be available this weekend. Okay, and today is Thursday, so I guess, you know, starting from like tomorrow, Saturday, whatever. And distributors in different areas may have slightly different delivery times. Kang posted this right here. Now, I don't know why Kang posted this, because I did not see this figure on their AliExpress store. I think Kang also had some other website they were using, but I'm not sure if it's there or not. And I think, well, Haro Toy Store, Treasure Toys doesn't have this up anymore. Haro Toy Store also doesn't have it up anymore, last I checked. But I believe GYZ Toys still has, you know, pre-orders available for this, okay? Then here's a look at the figure with the box. Some other boxes there, you know, cool. And then this here by Courier News, saying it's officially released, available now, local China, and will be arriving to stores current weekend. Okay, so you've got that. Now SSW, just one thing about them. Courier News posted this saying Psy Workshop SS3, the Super Saiyan 3 sets Translucent Gold and Translucent Shine is released. Shipping to worldwide around August 15th. No projects are set for release this year after the sets. I believe Kang still has these available for pre-order. I really don't recommend getting these. I mean, the price is like, I think $90, like just for some head sculpts and stuff, dude. It's like insane price. So this is a very L release to me, okay? Then we have Vital Forge right here. A new look at the Supreme Kai Gohan. Now, I think the sculpt looks really good, really cool. I'm just very concerned about this waist piece. Like, is he going to be able to move his legs? Or his legs going to be frozen in place like the SA Figuarts Whis? What about his shoulders, dude? Can he even use butterfly joints or anything? Like, what is going on? How is this thing going to articulate? I think that's going to be the biggest drawback for this figure, is probably very poor articulation. What they should have done, or what they should do, is use soft rubber or something for this, or like soft rubber for this as well, so at least it can move out of the way or something, you know. But if this stuff is like, you know, solid plastic, dude, gonna be really poor articulation, man. You'd be probably better off getting the New Hope Gohan and putting some like better face sculpts on there or something as far as articulation goes, you know. And it says ship in Q4 2026. Okay, so not too far away is the planned time for that. And finally, we have WP. So regarding the weird news about the Raccoon, I went on AliExpress. I was looking around to see what prices were, you know, available for the WP Raccoon. I was considering possibly buying one if I found like a good deal, got a good discount, $10 off or whatever kind of thing, but nothing I saw really got down to a price that I felt like paying. I think the lowest price I could get was like $67 with the shipping included, which I think is still just too much for that figure, so I did not buy it. But I found this right here. This is from Action Playtopia store. I've never used this store, I don't think. Even before tariffs, I don't think I've ever heard of this store. But they have this Raccoon right here, which has like these different color like shoulder pads and stuff like that. So I guess WP Model is making a version 2 of Raccoon. You see the regular one right here with the plain, you know, shoulder pads and stuff, no shading or whatever. And then this one here, and it has shading on the chest as well. And it might have shading in the skin too, which is interesting. I guess WP Model is trying to improve the shading of this. Birder, let's see Birder. He has some shading on the shoulder pads, I guess, right? But nothing on the skin that I can tell. Very interesting. I haven't seen this announced or anything by like Courier News or Treasure Toys or anything, but I found this on AliExpress. But the thing is, like, I definitely like the fact that they've added shading to this, perhaps even to the skin and stuff. Kind of makes me want to think about getting it, and hopefully because it's a reissue or second version or whatever, they have better quality control. If I can get $10 off, bring it down to like 62, you know, that kind of thing. I don't know, man. It's kind of making me think about it, but the problem is, okay, that Jace here, this Jace did not have that kind of shoulder pad shading or shading on the arm or anything like that. And I already have the Jace. So if I get Raccoon looking like this, and then Birder looking like this, but my Jace is going to look like this, there's no new Jace, and they didn't make the original Jace like this. So, like, for consistency, part of me would prefer to get the regular Raccoon with these plain shoulder pads and stuff, but it doesn't look as good as this one. But if I get this one, it wouldn't match with my Jace figure, so it's kind of tough, dude. And they're not, I don't see them making like a new Jace. So why are they making a new Raccoon and not a new Jace with this shading thing going on, dude? Like, very, I don't know. It makes me very conflicted about what I could possibly think about buying or whatever. I don't know, man. It's a tough decision right here. I'm just not sure, man. Not sure, but I just want to show you guys. I have seen this. I didn't see this at like you know, Treasure Toys or Haro Toy Store or even GYZ or Kang or anything, but I found it on this random AliExpress store here, and yeah, haven't seen it announced anywhere else. So I guess breaking news. You know, there's a different color Raccoon figure. Next we have Birder. Okay, so for Birder, there's now this, like, I guess, Chinese review video showing the Birder figure. Where is that? It's not here. It's over here. Here we go. So this is by Haro and GYZ Toys. Let's look at this. It's kind of sped up, I think. But here we have the Birder. Yeah. And we have the two versions. One of them has the shading and stuff. This one right here. But I don't notice any... I mean, it might have some shading on the skin. That might be shading on the skin, but it's like kind of tough to tell. But I do prefer this look, but it wouldn't match my Jace figure, dude. So I don't know. Is the quality control better? The thing is, like, you can't really... I personally, I wouldn't really trust like these Chinese reviews as like super reliable as far as quality control goes, because I would assume that WP Model sent like a review copy or whatever to this person, and so I would think if you're going to do that, you're going to try to make sure that you send them a good copy. You know, you wouldn't want to send like a trash quality control copy to someone to like make the first review or whatever, that kind of thing. So I would rather, I personally probably wait to see like either an American or a UK review, perhaps like Big Dino Reviews or something, or Rocco the Great if he gets it or something like that, and see what they say about the quality control of what copies they get. But I'm personally very skeptical about the Chinese reviews. Okay, just because it's like, I think they're probably getting better copies for these reviews here. I mean, but to be fair, I mean, I get Big Dino Reviews does get figures from Treasure Toys as well, so perhaps. But his raccoon was falling apart garbage, so you know, I guess Treasure Toys, they didn't like try to send him a good copy or something because it was still complete trash. So there's that. I would probably trust his review more than a Chinese one personally, you know. But let's continue here. Yes, you have accessories. I like the fact that they added I like the fact they added this right here. I think this is when Goku elbows him in his back, so very cool that they added that. I do appreciate that. I do like that they added that. I wish the price of this was lower though. You see, if WP Model had lower prices, they would probably be among my favorite studios. But because the prices are so high is why I have like this kind of, you know, I guess somewhat disdain towards what they're doing. You know, if they had better prices, man, this would be great. It would be really great to give people an opportunity to get the Ginyu Force for like really good prices, you know what I mean? So here we have Raccoon and Birder. Very cool that they added that. Got me kind of thinking, because I like, the main reason I want the Ginyu Force personally is for Dragon Ball Super Broly. I want to use them for when the Saiyans met Frieza. The Ginyu Force was there. Of course, Zarbon and Dodoria were also there. So I might need those theoretically in the future. For the Ginyu Force though, I mean, I could possibly just like use some statues or something, or Photoshop them or something like that to save a lot of money. I'm not sure. I would rather have the figures though, because if I were to get all the Ginyu Force members, I could then make that manga cover with the Ginyu Force standing in front of each other and stuff like that. Although the figures are not properly scaled to replicate those heights, I could like Photoshop them different sizes or whatever, that kind of stuff, you know. But yeah, we've got this here. That looks cool. I don't know. I'm kind of considering getting this, but I'd rather wait for an English review just to be sure of all the details, because I don't even know what this guy's saying. Like, I can't read those subtitles or anything, you know? So, and he's showing, I guess, trying to show it's not, you know, loose, falling apart garbage. But he's not posing. Let me see. How much does he pose? Okay, okay. Decent posing, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about it, but I'm just not sure. I think I'll personally wait. Is it looped? Okay, good. So it's done. Yeah, I'd personally probably wait for an English review just to get, you know, hopefully a review that I can understand more, you know, more thoroughly. There's no language barrier, or I can't understand these subtitles, that kind of stuff. No problem like that, you know. So let's now move on to the final segment of today's recap, which is AliExpress, and now including also GYZ Toys. All right, so first thing, Treasure Toys store on AliExpress, I just found this out actually. It's no longer on vacation. It's like actually up here. It has a few things, not as much stuff as they used to have, but there's still some stuff here. Okay. They have the Bandai SH Figuarts Gohan Z Fighters here for pre-order. It says ship on November 2026, which I think is the same date as GYZ Toys, okay? And of course the $10 off thing going on right there. They also have the Blood Fang Sirius, Omega Shenron stuff right here for pre-order as well. Free shipping on this and that. GYZ Toys has it here as well, $95.99. And as I said, I do believe their shipping is free to the US. At least it was for me when I tested the checkout process. So yeah, similar price. Let's see, $93.85 free shipping on Treasure Toys here. So this one is slightly higher than Treasure Toys. And of course, I think Treasure Toys has, yeah, the $10 off thing going on as well. So there's also that. Haro Toy Store now, they have some reissues here, like SH Figuarts. So the Gohan Ultimate Gohan Superhero reissue is up here for pre-order, $52 free shipping, and of course you have the $10 off thing. Well, it's $10 on $69 though, so yeah, $52. You'd need a bit more to get that $10 off. But what other levels are there? There's, let's see, 10. Is there anything higher than that? I don't know. You can look and see if you can find other coupons or whatever. For the Broly here, this is, let's see, $82.16 free shipping, $10 off. ship on February 2027 from Haro Toy Store. Of course, GYZ Toys also has this. They also have the this Gohan and the Z Fighter Gohan. Let's see. Next, we have Black Shark. So the Goku, you know, bodies are here for pre-order. $62.60 free shipping for each of them. I think that's a bit higher than they used to be. I think they were like around the 50-something range before, but they do have the $10 off thing going on, so you can bring that. Well, no, it's $10 off $69 though. So yeah, I think these prices have gone up a bit. From GYZ Toys, we have the head sculpt sets right here. $46.99. You have 06A, 06B, and both of them. I will likely be getting 06A myself, and it says ETA Q4 2026, so I guess that's the time they're aiming for. Okay. And then DB Toys FRIEZA is now available at Haro Toy Store, as I mentioned before. $42.53 free shipping, so great price. I highly recommend this personally. If you already have the official full power FRIEZA, I don't see a reason to get this necessarily, unless you want to use this with some like sliced in half FRIEZA accessory parts or something. Then I think that would make sense. Or if you just want to compare them for review purposes or whatever. But generally, if you have the official one, I don't see a need to get this. I already have the official, so I'm personally waiting to see what their next figure will be, and I pretty much plan to buy whatever they make, you know. So here's Vital Forge Supreme Kai Gohan, $87.55 free shipping from Haro Toy Store. Of course, you can get $10 off right there. Are they both the same price? Yes. And then GYZ Toys has them as well, $87.16. So let's see, is the price lower or higher? Slightly lower, like literally a few cents lower. Okay, but they have 03A and 03B. It says right here, pre-sale, ship on Q4 2026 right there. And then finally for WP Studio, the Birder is up for pre-order at Haro Toy Store, $79.19 free shipping. You can get $10 off. Version A and version B with the shading and stuff. This one says only 10 left. This one says 11 available. Okay, I am considering possibly getting this myself, possibly, okay, if I see, you know, a review or several reviews in English that, you know, have decent quality control and stuff. I might consider it, especially if I can get some good discount, or, you know, $10 off or more, even more than that off. Possibly, we'll have to see. But notice the stock is quite low though, only 10 left, and it says only 3 sold. So I guess Treasure Toys or Haro Toys didn't order like a bunch of these, probably because the Raccoon did not do very well. I think that's probably because, first of all, the price was quite high, and second of all, the quality control was generally considered to be pretty bad. So you can't have an expensive figure with poor quality control. You know, word of mouth is gonna, you know, basically tell people, okay, yeah, this thing is not really worth the money. But if they can make this Birder have good quality control, this one also has the shading and stuff, they added the extra expression, they have 2 Dragon Balls, I might consider this depending on what reviews I see or what deal I could possibly get on this. Because I do want the Ginyu Force, but I wish there was a more financially favorable alternative to WP Studio as far as what they're currently charging for these. Like if DB Toys, for example, because look at the FRIEZA, right? If DB Toys were to make like Raccoon, Birder, and stuff for this kind of price, $40 or $50 free shipping, dude, that'd be really great. So we'll have to see. Perhaps there'll be something better in the future than WP model. I don't know. But anyways, guys, that's it for the Dragon Ball figure recap. Be sure to subscribe if you want to be updated on Dragon Ball figures, and use dbfigs.com to make collecting much less stressful and much more convenient. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.